Hi guys, it's a huge honor for you guys to be watching this. I sometimes believe there's a dearth of concept videos in jiu-jitsu and mostly just techniques. So I wanted to start with a pet peeve of mine, generally on Reddit or some of the other forums. Inevitably, a somewhat new student will come on and explain how this horrendously mean person cranked on a leg lock, typically an ankle lock, and did irreparable harm to their ankle, and they were so mean, and why would they do such a thing? And I believe strongly that it's from a lack of understanding of the position and when you're in danger versus when you're not, and when you should tap in general. My theory on being somewhat healthy in jiu-jitsu when it comes to joint locks is that your goal is to be initiating a correct escape to a position. If you at any point you are not initiating or in the middle of a correct escape, you should tap. Not when you feel pain, not when you're trapped, not when you hear something pop, but when you realize that you are no longer initiating a correct escape. So for example, if Kaysen had me in an ankle lock, the moment this gets on and I realize that I'm not doing anything correct, even though my ankle is not yet popped, I'm gonna just go ahead and tap and start over, because my goal is not to test my ligament strength or Kaysen's ability to break my ankle, but rather my ability to initiate something correct, maybe stepping over here, at the very least grabbing a lapel and closing this distance, heel hooking her this way. Those are all solid options. What is not a solid option is to just grin and bear it and hope that their technique is not correct. I would rather tap a lot of times to a white belt doing an ankle lock incorrect and actually work on my technique than get hurt. So when we do an arm bar, if I am arm barring Kaysen, arm bar being one of the initial joint locks that we learn, I'm gonna be comfortable going pretty much full power, and she's gonna be comfortable pretty much with me going full power. And if I lean back and I really try and work, even though obviously this is not really how you would do it, I can go as hard as I can and she's fine. And even if I were to break her grip and go back as hard as I can, she's fine until I get to about here and start to engage my hips or break her elbow over this hip. So there's a lot of time where I can be at full power and no damage is done. So if we're going and I'm pulling, and then wrist lock, break this, we have that time to tap. However, if she's ankle locking me, the moment that this position is locked up, this is the equivalent of my arm being fully extended. Yes, there's some things that I can do to stop getting broken, but I need to be aware that at this moment, my ligaments are fully extended and I can grin and bear it. I can do one of these weird things that people do where they pop their hips up to try and relieve some pressure, but that's not an escape, that's hoping. And our goal in jiu-jitsu is not to hope. So the moment that I feel this position, I have to either be confident in my escape that I know I can initiate something that's correct and been shown, or I need to tap. And then I need to remember, hey, I don't have a good ankle lock escape. I need to go back, drill it, work on it. The problem is if she's going full power and I'm defending, and then for some reason my grip breaks, she's already at full power and full extension. And most of the time, the person doing that is not gonna reset their power meter back to zero and slowly ease into the ankle lock. The moment that you were defending, she went full power, you basically agreed that you can take this position, you're okay with it. And the moment that grip breaks, now you risk damage being done, and then you go online and cry about somebody cranking an ankle lock. So in review, your goal is to initiate a correct escape or tap, not to see if your ligaments can take it one more time, or if this person's bad enough, or if you can do some horrendous corkscrew, twisty-turny maneuver to get out. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know. Thanks.